Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're just going to do a easy little project called Envelope Pocket Tag, and it's just done with 6x6 scrapbook paper. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up. So have my parts laid out for what I'm going to do. Now my paper is double-sided. Some of my little 6x6 pads are double-sided, but not too many. So we're going to do one double-sided and we're going to do one single-sided. So you just figure out what pattern you want on the outside, and because this is dimensional, if I turn it, it's kind of going to be cockeyed. So I'm going to have this on my outside. So to start out with, we're just going to go from corner to corner, and we're going to draw a line, and it won't matter because you won't see your line. Try to get them evened up here. So we're just going to draw it all the way across. Then we're going to turn it and line it up again, and all we have to do is just make a little mark where we cross right there. Okay? Then what we're going to do is turn it back to our long line, and from the center mark, you just put your 1 inch on there, and you're going to measure over 1 inch to the left and 1 inch to the right and just make your marks. Okay? Then we're just going to fold the flap to this farthest little line, line it up on your line that we made there. Let me grab my bone folder. Knew I needed it before I started, and then I didn't get it. All right, and then we're going to open that back up, turn it, and fold your flap on the other side over to that next little line. And just crease that down. Now when they fold over, they're going to overlap each other. See, my paper kind of tore right there. But we're going to cut some of that out. Now, when I was doing my little, my other one, I marked up like 1.25 inches. Yes. I marked up like 1.25 inches. Let me put a little line here and make sure this is going to come out right. My lighting is not right. I can't see what I'm doing. I just wanted it to go up 1.25 inches from the bottom. Now you can measure it or you can eyeball it. It's whatever your preference is. Yes, that's 1.25 inches. So let me just make a little mark on this side too. Otherwise, they won't be even. Now, if you have a design, like say it's floral or something like that, you'll want to decide which one you want as your top, which it's really not going to show. This is the flap that's going to show. So, excuse me, whatever your fancy design is, you might want down here. So I'm just going to crease that on my little line. I'm probably making it harder than what it has to be, but between my my lights in here, and I didn't turn my overhead light on, between my lights in here and the light coming through the window, it's kind of glaring. Now this paper is kind of like a heavier cardstock, so it's cracking. Next paper that I'm using is not quite so heavy, but we can ink it and it'll be just fine. Okay, now we're not going to fold this one down at all. This is going to stay up like that. Now, I just want to fold this little point up. Now, depending on how far up you go, this might be just a little bit bigger. And it doesn't really matter how big it is because you're going to fold it down out of the way. So I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to glue that little flap down. Now, I was kind of messing with this glue before I started my video, so hopefully it glues like it's supposed to. And then that's just going to fold up like that. Okay? Now, before we fold this up, we have these little lines down here. And we're going to cut them out so there's not quite so much bulk. Let me turn it over on this side and I might be able to see what I'm doing. How's everyone doing today? Are we getting some crafting done? I have lots of ideas floating around in my head. Now this pocket, let me see, envelope pocket tag. Now I've seen a few different videos and that's what they call them, envelope pocket tag. So I have some ideas for at least a couple others that I want to do. Might be just a little series, but it'll be something, you know, different than what we normally do, I guess. Otherwise, you're just making envelopes and putting tags in them. But we're gonna give that a try. All right, so now on the edge of this, all we have to do, or on the point of this, all we have to do is just put a little bit of glue, enough to hold them shut. Fold that over. Now before I fold this one up though, I might want to ink, because I was going to ink and I didn't. And I don't think I can pull that apart now. So let me go ahead and ink. I don't want to ink a lot, just to cover the edges a little bit. But you can see the way this design kind of goes at an angle, so I didn't want that on the outside. So now if you're going to use the heavier cardstock like this, you might just want to score them, and maybe that would help to keep it from breaking a little bit. As everybody that generally watches me knows, I like making tags and pockets. Okay, and then I want to round this top before I forget. Then I can ink around it also. So this is a quick little project. Help use up a lot of scraps if you have a lot of scraps. All we're going to do is glue up the side and up to there and stop. So like, you can do this with 12 by 12s if you have 12 by 12s that you really don't care for the design or something. Or you just have so much of it, you just want to use it up and get rid of it. You can cut it down to your 6 by 6s and make your little pockets. Now, these don't have to be just 6 by 6s. They could be any size you want them to be. So, and then see, we have our pocket. Now I'm going to make a tag to go in it. And I think one of these tags I cut just a little bit bigger. Yeah, it was this one. I actually wanted it to come up just a little bit more, but unfortunately it didn't work that way. So I'm just going to cut my angles in the top. And I'll tell you in just a second what size this is. I could have cut it longer, which was my intentions, but I don't know what I was thinking. I cut it at 3 3/4, and it is 3 inches wide. I actually wanted it to stick up just a little bit farther, like maybe up there, but it didn't, so that's all right. And my other one that I'm going to do, it doesn't stick up way high either, so if I make more of them, I'll just probably make my tags a little bit longer. I'm just going to go ahead and ink around this. And the stuff that I'm using for my tags are actually cards, like gift cards. I got a whole bunch gifted to me, and they're just like flat sheets, and you just break them apart. So I really like using these. I've used quite a lot of them. All right, now on my tag, I'm just going to just decorate it a little bit. Just make a little collage. Maybe something like that. And I'm not going to ink them. They're dark. I don't think you would see the ink anyway. Make sure I have it turned the right way. Okay, I like that. And I'm just going to put some ribbon on for my top tassel. Using my new phone stand, so I'll have to see after my video is done how it's working. I think it should work good, hopefully. And I'm just going to staple this on. Maybe I'll just do a couple staples. You could decorate your tags up more, but there's a lot of journaling space there. And then on the front of the envelope, I actually think I put the wrong thing on the card. I did. So, oh, let me see. What do I want to do? I think I mixed up. I think I mixed up my pieces, maybe. I think I was supposed to put this on there. Well, we'll just see how this goes. I'm not the best when it comes to collaging. Well, we're just going to do something like that anyways, and I think it should be good enough. I set that over there a little bit, it'll be just fine. Yeah, this was supposed to go up there. Okay, so that's our first envelope and tag. And I think the brown goes good with this and the polka dots. All right, so our next one, I have it all cut out and marked, and I have it inked. Let me get my little goodie pieces over here. Okay, so I just did the same thing with the line. Now this is lighter weight scrapbook paper. So I just folded it on each of my lines. And then I folded it up my 1.25 inches. So I don't have a lot up here either, which is fine. You just kind of measure where the points come together, or you can just eyeball it. Or if you don't mind that sticking up there, you don't even have to fold it down. It's nothing saying that you have to do it. Let me see if I can straighten it up a little bit. It's kind of cockeyed. I guess that's okay. Now we'll just go ahead and glue this down. Now on this one, because this is single-sided paper, we have the white showing. Now if you don't want the white showing, all you have to do is just cut a piece, another piece. I didn't have any more of this, so I just cut a piece to fit in here. And then all you have to do is glue it in place, make sure it fits good. Glue it in place, and then the white is not showing because I have oodles of single-sided paper. I don't think I have ever bought, except for these little 6x6 pads, that some of them are double. I don't think I've ever bought a regular pad of double-sided paper. I really don't know why. But in some instances, I feel double-sided paper is like a little bit of a waste, especially if both sides are pretty. Okay, so that's as even as that's going to get, and I'll just ink it some more. But I want to round my corner, or my tip up here. I can put my lid on this one, move that out of the way, and I'll just ink around there. Now just kind of cover up some of that white. So these, when you put them in your journal, they can be free floating. You can put them inside of another pocket, or you can use a paper clip. See, that's still cockeyed, but it's glued now. Or you can use a paper clip to clip it onto one of your pages. Now you can have this on either side that you want. I just like it on that side better. So we have to cut these. You can just make them as extra add-ins for your journals or folios or scrapbooks. Okay, and that works well. Just make sure your sides are even. Then we can go ahead and glue this down. So see, your lines that are inside, you're not even gonna see, so you don't have to worry about them. So like I say, this is a fast little project because you're only folding your paper, unless you're cutting down from a bigger size, and that doesn't take long to cut your paper. All right, so let's see, while I'm right here, do I know which one I wanted to put on what? I don't think I do. I think this was going to be for, I better put this down now while I'm thinking of it, or, you know, I'll put it on the wrong thing again. So on this one, we're just going to theme it as like reading or desk work, because we'll have notes and a typewriter. Years ago, I had a Brother typewriter. Then I couldn't find anywhere to buy the ribbon for it, so it just sat and sat and sat. So I finally got rid of it, but boy, I wish I still had it. Would be so easy to just sit down and type out some words. And then I'm just going to, I think, I don't want to stick my butterfly, just maybe right there. Kind of blends in with the background, but I know it's there. We'll give him his little antennas. Let me see if I at least have one gem for him or her, whatever it may be. Let me see if a green one will work. I think that green one will work just fine, because we have green in the leafy stuff over here. There's a little bit of green there. It's not the same kind of green, but that's okay. We don't mind at all, because I would have to stop my video and grab out a pink gem. Now let me see, I have a gold one too, which looks better. Oh, I think the gold goes better with that, so we'll do that one. Took all that time for that little tiny bit of glue. I have tweezers, and if I would just get my tweezers, it would be easier. So there, I think the front of that envelope is cute. So now we'll do our tag. I was going to cut my tag when I was inking that, and while I kind of forgot what I was doing, I try to do too many things at one time, then I forget what I'm supposed to initially be doing. We'll just ink real quick. These card bases make really good tags. It's a nice weight. I would love to sit down and create greeting cards. All right, now on this one, which way am I going to do this? I think maybe just stagger them, something like that. Yes, and I don't know, do I really want to ink? I don't know if I do. But anyway, I would love to create greeting cards. I think it would be so much fun. But there's so many things that I would like to try. I've made birthday cards and stuff like that in the past. So it's not like I have never done it, but all right, so we're just going to, is that how I had that? I'm not really sure. I think we're just going to stagger it something. We'll just do something, anything. What is something that you would like to try someday that you have tried in the past but didn't go ahead with it, or something that you'd like to do that you haven't tried yet? There's all kinds of things that I would like to try. Now I'll just put that like that. Then let me put my pin in here. On this tag, I'm just going to use this ribbon here. Almost blends in with this, but it'll look nice on the back of that background, I think, because it goes like with the background in the paper. I didn't see a pink color that I really liked in my ribbon, so I didn't want to use it. But I think it'll be good. So what do you think? I think of my pockets and tags. And there's a lot of journaling space there. So I think they turned out good. So, I know everybody knows how to make tags and pockets. It's just something different. It's just that, you know, everybody calls them envelope pocket tags. So, but like I say, I have a couple other designs in mind. So one of these days, be looking for them. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you come back to see me for my next one. And until then, everyone, happy crafting. Bye for now.